Julie Kramer, broadcasting live at the Miller Lite tent at Boston Calling, presented by Miller Lite, sponsored by Dunkin' Donuts, and powered by CTP. We're here with Nathaniel Rateliff and Joseph. Hi.
Hi.
Okay, we got to start things off with my favorite rockumentary, From Austin to Boston.
Oh, thanks.
That movie blew me away. And I've seen a lot of rockumentaries. So I want to talk about that first before we get into stuff. I feel like in that movie, like I was on the journey, like I was a part of it. How did you get involved in all of that?
I had been friends. We had toured a bunch with Mumford & Sons, and I don't know how I got wrangled into it, really. I just, Ben wanted me to be a part of it, and I agreed, so. I was in a funny sort of space in my life, too, where I kind of like, I was taking some time off drinking and was sober.
And you're pretty depressed.
I was super depressed,
I'd say.
Which was funny because I was traveling with a bunch of people who were really excited.
And really happy. Those Steve's girls are adorable.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they still are. They're still amazing ladies. But yeah, I was, like slightly divorced at the.
Yeah, you were going through a bit of a rough patch.
I was doing like therapy sessions via phone, and they were like we've never been to America, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
So it was an awkward time for you, but yet you were with these people that were so happy. Do you think that sort of helped you sort of come along?
No, I mean, I was pretty, in the middle of my, the sort of self-loathing experience.
Okay. Yeah. You're not in that anymore, thow.
Well,
it's
not in a bad
now.
way now, yeah.
A different self-loathing experience. Yeah. But when you look back on that movie, what do you think?
I think it was a great experience, and it, I did a couple of tours right around that time that just kind of helped me, teach me how to work as a performer, and that, you're not always doing the things that you want to do professionally, but you have to, be a professional when you're doing it and power through and make sure the performance are important to the people who are listening.
Yeah. At least from what I've seen, and I get a very sort of fun vibe live when you're playing live. Fun, dancey, don't kill me, almost like a Blues Brothers kind of. Yeah. For those of us who are old enough to know what that is.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we intentionally made one of our videos as the end of
Son of a Bitch?
Yeah, which was a definite,
it was an homage to the Blues Brothers.
Yeah.
Totally.
Not a ripoff.
Which I think is we don't really have comedies like that anymore that are also, it's kind of a musical as well, that film. But there's so much space and tension and the delivery in their performances I love, so.
The other nice thing about that movie was that it brought, a lot of that music to a lot of people who didn't know that music.
Right.
And brought a lot of those musicians who had been, kicking around for 30 some odd years to the forefront and finally got them a little notoriety.
Right, yeah.
Well
John Lee
deserved.
Hooker, There's a bunch of performers in there that.
All right, so let's talk about you're playing a little bit later. Are there any bands here that you want to see or that you get to see? I know you got your buddies Mumford playing later on.
Well, that real sexy dude you were just talking to, Kevin Morby.
Yeah?
Yeah, we raced down here to try to catch his band set.
Did you catch it? It was
well,
early.
It's just getting into the festival is kind of difficult, and we could hear him playing, and we pulled up behind the stage right when he was leaving the stage.
Oh.
But then we went and saw him play a solo set over at this hockey arena.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It was us, and we have mutual friends, so we kind of just instantly hit it off and started chatting.
Because he's a Kentucky kid.
He's Missouri
Missouri.
guy.
Oh, he says he lives in Kentucky.
Oh,
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
And we're from Hermann, Missouri, which is about 3 hours away from Kansas City. So, but we'd never met him before today. But like Nathaniel said, we just made a record with the guy he made a record with, and we're real big fans of his last album. So, and we're also we got in kind of late yesterday. But the Bon Iver guys, we know those guys and got to do some shows with them in our folk band days, and really wanted to come down and catch that last night, but we just kind of we flew in from Portland yesterday, and it
Oregon?
was yeah, it's a long flight.
Are you here tomorrow to hang out and see bands?
We go back to Denver tomorrow to our hometown.
So you're crisscrossing the country kind of thing?
Yeah, it's a real carbon footprint kind of thing.
Normal.
Plant some trees when you finally get a break.
I am going to be working in my garden when I get home. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of your home, do you do most of your writing in your home?
You know, I do generally at my kitchen table, but this last record, we work so hard. Been trying to start writing on the road or just whenever it comes to me. So
Did you write some music in your bathroom?
I do.
I was going to make that joke, but we haven't been saying that lately.
Yeah.
So I
No,
wasn't-
do
I
you
was gonna
really?
mention it.
Right in the bathroom?
Yeah, well, usually like in the middle of a song, you'll have to like go to the bathroom and then
Do you
and you
like
sit there and
take it
think.
with you? Yeah.
I have before, yeah. Just take a guitar and a notepad and
Just kind of hang out on the toilet.
yeah,
Let it all sort of happen in all different kinds of ways.
literally let it all come out of you.
Absolutely. And did you record in your attic?
Yeah, we haven't for this record, but or anything that's going to be on this record, we haven't recorded in the attic. But yeah, in the past, I've done a lot of stuff up there. So
And is that where you sort of like just go and get it all figured out what you want to do?
that's what I did on the first record, but this one's been more of a discovery with the band. So in this record, this record coming up, we rented a house in the desert in New Mexico and set up a studio, and our front of house guy, Jamie Mefford, started recording all the songs there before, and then I was doing a lot of writing there, and I had a little house to myself, so a one-room house.
And-
Yeah.
Where are you going to record the record?
Well, we just got back from Oregon working with Richard Swift, and so we did a bunch of it with, like I said, with Jamie Mefford, and then took the rest of it to Richard and started working out there in Oregon. So
And do you know when the record's coming out, or it's like whenever it gets ready and you do whatever you do?
we had talked about October, but I think it's going to be longer than that. So
Yeah.
I'm always antsy to get it out, but then the way it works in the label world and with press as well, it
It's a
helps
lot
to kind
different.
of drag things out. And
Well, the first
So
record
hopefully-
was like done in the can over a year before it finally saw the light of day.
yeah, exactly.
I think so. So you just have to try to be patient with the system and
With the process.
because
Yeah.
we have a lot of really good folks working with us, and we want to give them time to do their jobs, and
Right, because you want all the ducks in order when
Yeah,
you go
yeah.
out on yet another tour.
Well, and that's the thing, though. Like, we've toured on this record for 2 years, and we're still not tired of the songs. So you just have to temper your expectation and be patient, and
Yeah.
get out there when it's time to get out there.
And when
So-
you get out there, is it still the fun, because it seems fun to the person watching? Do you still have that burning fun excitement every time you get out there?
Yeah, for the most part, I try to make sure, regardless of what, how you're feeling emotionally, to just put that energy into the performance and
Yeah.
have a good time.
And a good time tonight playing Boston Calling.
yeah.
Thank you so much for coming and
welcome.
sitting and chatting with Radio BDC, Nathaniel Rateliff and Joseph. We are broadcasting here at the Miller Lite Tent, Boston Calling. Thanks.
My
Thank you,
pleasure.
Julie.
Thanks for your time.